YouTube, what's going on? It's Mesa Sean back at it with some Destiny 2. Alright folks, we finally have all the details regarding the Solstice of Heroes summer event. That's going to kick off on July 31st, so let's get into it. Now this is going to coincide with us completing our Moments of Triumph, and you could track your progress on Bungie.net or the Destiny Companion app. And there's going to be a number of activities to do. There's going to be a ton of loot to get, whether it's from sparrows to ornaments to ghost shells and really cool looking armor sets. So here's how it's all going to work. Ikora Ray is the tower's representative for the Solstice of Heroes event. She will direct you to the center of the tower, where the city has erected the Statue of Heroes as the focal point for this event. The statue will track your Moments of Triumph progress and grant you the Solstice of Heroes event armor that you will be upgrading. So, we're going to get a new armor set. So first thing you're going to do is go visit this statue here, and after you visit that statue, you're going to receive the uncommon Scorched armor set at power 240. On each armor piece is a series of objectives that you'll need to complete to upgrade the armor. Once you have completed all the objectives, return to the Statue of Heroes to upgrade to the next set. After you complete the Shattered set, you will receive the Rekindled set at 340 power. Now it's going to have a new list of objectives. Once you complete those objectives, you're going to get rewarded the Resplendent armor at 400 power. One final group of objectives to complete, and you'll unlock the Masterwork version of the full armor set. Now, one of the ways that we're going to upgrade the armor through this event is through Redux missions, and they've picked 5 story missions, and they've made some slight alterations. We don't know what those alterations are, but each mission can be accessed in the tower by finding its statue. The 5 missions are as follows: Homecoming, Spark, Payback, 1AU, and Chosen. Now let's touch on Moments of Triumph again. So here's from Bungie.net. Many of you have already begun to complete your Moments of Triumph, currently being tracked on Bungie.net. The final 5 triumphs will become available at the beginning of the Solstice Heroes event and can be tracked in-game. Your triumphs will be tracked by in-game bounties that are obtained at the Statues of Heroes. As you complete and turn in those bounties, you'll unlock rewards that could be redeemed at the statue. Now I'm going to throw some images on screen here. We got some what's called Solstice Engrams that are available from TEASED. You can earn 3 per account by completing the event milestone on each of your characters. No matter what activity you play in Destiny 2 during the Solstice of Heroes, you'll receive 1 Solstice Engram in addition to the Bright Engram you earn from leveling up. And we can see here the rewards. We've got some ghost shells, we've got the ornaments for the Jade Rabbit, Cirrus Regime, the Sturm. There also will be some exotic emotes, one of you fishing and one just looks like you're dancing with some colors on your back. Then we have what's called Armor Glows. So let me read this from Bungie.net. Armor Glows also come from Solstice Engrams. They can be applied to any version of the Solstice of Heroes armor sets to provide Guardians with an enhanced look. Armor Glows are unlocked permanently like ornaments, and they shine brightest when your subclass element aligns with the element of the glow. Now, I'm using some footage from a developer insight video, which I will play at the end in its entirety, but it basically just talks everything about this July update. Talks about the 400 power gear, you get the weapons from the raid, and you get the armor from the Solstice of Heroes event, but also some Iron Banner upgrades, 6v6 quick play, and all the other stuff in update 1.2.3. And real quick, before I play the Developer Insights video, Dylan over on Twitter explained that exotics are infusible with the 400 power gear because they don't have an infusion cap. Legendary weapons and armor, they are capped. So if you get the 400 armor from Solstice of Heroes, and you get 400 weapons from the raid, you can only infuse them, it looks like, into exotics. So we'll have to see how this all plays out. Anyway, leave me a hashtag made it to the end if you did make it to the end, and here's the Developer Insights video.
July update is filled with a couple of updates. I mean, things that the community has asked for.
It's got PvP changes that people have been asking for. It's got the raid layer prestige. We've got the summer event that we're shipping.
Solstice of Heroes is the event that the tower is celebrating.
You're gonna go into the tower, and from the tower, you'll talk to the event statue, which is it's cool, like chiseled statue.
Kind of like Josh Hamrick, chiseled.
He's as chiseled as Josh Hamrick. You'll talk to the statue, and the statue will send you to a special event space of the last city. From there, we'll take you into the first of the challenge missions, and that's where you kind of get the first taste of the reimagining of that campaign mission on a higher difficulty.
There's stuff that you didn't expect to make it so players feel like, oh, I've played this before, and then they get hit right in the face with special new bosses.
Yeah, there's definitely some parts in some of these missions where you'll need help.
Bring your friends.
Yeah,
It's always fun when all your buddies are dying with you.
Moments of triumph are what the players are actually going to be doing all the way up until Forsaken. And if you actually complete your moments of triumph, then you may get a special shirt, which you're not wearing today.
No,
I should have worn mine today with my name on there every year.
Yeah. We've got Bounties coming back for the first time in D2. Those will be on the Crucible and Vanguard vendors. We've got the 6v6 quick play node that we're adding that's going to be permanent.
So Iron Banner in this update, we basically put more theming on it, more Iron Banner motifs. So we replaced the control zone flags with fire pits that ignite when you capture them.
Seriously?
And yeah.
That sounds awesome.
There's wolves howling when you get a power play. And the big change is when you have a power play, the zones lock for 20 seconds, and so they can't be recaptured. It plays very different. It's a lot of fun.
For the sandbox, a bunch of exotic armor updates, and we've got a bunch of new exotic weapon catalysts coming out. I'm very excited about the Karnstein Armulets for the Warlock. Magic.
Vampire Claw.
Yeah, you're gonna be magicking and vampiring and fireworks.
When we looked at how we can evolve Prestige and how we can evolve for the summer for the Prestige layer, we wanted you to feel like each time you go into the raid, it's offering you a different experience.
So you're going to have loadouts every week that you're going to be challenged to like use an auto rifle for your primary and a scout for your secondary and a rocket launcher for your power weapon, something like that.
The strategy for killing Valka'or with a shotgun is totally different than the strategy for killing him with Wardcliff Coil, which is totally different than the strategy for killing him with a sniper rifle. And there are some weeks where people are gonna go in and be like, if you have not done Prestige raid layers, do them this week. You will have a great time. Take your friends that have never done this before. And there are other weeks where you're like, oh, this is hard. Like, I don't know how to do this boss with this weapon, right? Like, how do we make this work? And we're excited about seeing that week-to-week change.
One thing we haven't talked about is actually the rewards from the Prestige raid layers are power level 400 weapons. So you get the power level 400 armor from Solstice of Heroes, and then you can get all the way up to 400 for your character by getting the weapons out of the raid layers.
So if you want to be rocking 400 when you go into Forsaken, you're gonna have to go into these raid layers and find a way to sort of come out on top.
Yeah, it's really about trying to find the balance between the things that we just need to address with the game, like things that need to be better, bugs that need to be fixed, and then continuing to give them things that they weren't necessarily expecting.
We're trying to give players more things to do, new things to do. Yeah, I think people are really gonna like it.
One of the biggest things for Solstice of Heroes for me is that as long as you have the base Destiny 2, you don't necessarily have to have the expansions or anything else. Everybody can participate.